Good evening.
Good evening,
How are you?
Peachy.
I'm I'm sensing a lie, but okay.
Not at all.
So how's your week been?
It's been a week. It's been a week. My eye has something going on with it. I'm not sure what. Um, Clearly.
I love it. I okay, Jenny's unhappy with it, but I will tell you, it looks so good on you. It just
Thank
I don't know.
you.
To me, youthful. Not that you're old by any means, because you're what, 10 years younger than me?
Something like that. Yeah.
Um, it just it's youthful. I don't know. And
My hair,
I think for the first time since we've known you, my hair's longer.
I know. To be honest, the last time my hair was this short, um, was probably about 20 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good.
Thanks.
I like it. Um, anything else?
No. We've had a very uneventful week.
Um, mine pretty uneventful. I know on Saturday I went and picked up Broke Best Friend and had her for the night, and we had fun. She um so Christy, the owner of Oh My Stars and Stones, they moved to a new location,
Hmm.
which is closer to me. And I wanted, huh? That's not a good thing. It's
Not
not.
a
And
good thing.
let me tell you, today was the second day of Amazon Prime, and I was good until today. Well, okay, so I take a backpack to work, and I have a crossbody, and my crossbody has everything that I need right now, and my backpack is um one thing my backpack has is a bag of these.
Which she was eating earlier prior to recording.
I'm gonna snack on a couple here and there. Um, so I like it, but it's not. It's like flexible. It's hard to find shit. So I thought, during Amazon Prime, I'm gonna look for a crossbody.
Ooh, okay.
So or Prime days, whatever. So I looked for one, and I'm like, ooh, I like it. It's big. It's got lots of pockets, which I'm big on pockets in my purses. Huge. So I ordered one. I work in a dirty shop, so I ordered black. So I don't care. And it was a killer deal at only 13 bucks. So then I
Nice.
start reading the reviews,
Uh-oh.
and someone said, I bought it for work, and I liked it so much that I bought a second one for every day. So I bought a second one for every day.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but I took Broke Best Friend because I wanted to see the shop,
Hmm.
and I knew the location, but it's in kind of like a strip mall thing, and there was a few empty building,
Storefronts.
yeah, storefronts. So I wanted to see one, which what it was, and to see like how they got it set up and everything. So much bigger.
Nice. She definitely needed more space.
Yes, and she's got the space. Like
Nice.
it's a beautiful space. So we went there and she picked out a couple of things. I really hadn't planned on buying anything, but she was being good.
You know better.
She didn't ask for anything. Like she didn't ask for anything. So I said, "Do you want a pair of earrings?" So we went over and she found, I don't know, Mary from Hocus Pocus,
Oh, okay.
the one with the weird mouth.
The
Um,
dark haired one.
yeah, it was a little pair of stud earrings, and then she found a fairy necklace.
Ooh.
And all she said was, she's like, "I really like that. Then you must have it." So again, she didn't ask for anything. Nana just said, "Hey," and then um, we went to Dollar Tree because, you know, I wanted to, instead of spending all of her time either watching TV or on the phone or something, I wanted to give her something to do. So we went there and got like looks like a crown. And then the other one looks like a castle. And I let her pick out a couple of paints and she painted it. And then we went grocery shopping and she was very good in there. And then because it rained, so we didn't do the zoo Saturday, but we went Sunday, and that was a bust. I was very upset.
I'm sorry.
Um, like none of the animals were out. There's even like this ramp that you go down to underground, and they've got like aquariums in there. I don't know if they had the fish out for any particular reason, but you couldn't see any, and the windows were so disgustingly dirty. So yeah, that was a bust.
Uh,
Um, yeah, so that was the weekend. And I did make one more purchase,
and what did you purchase?
but this one's for a better me. I know it's backwards, you can't read it, but it's the Shadow Work Journal.
You bought the journal.
Yep. Found it on Amazon. Don't remember what I paid for it, but I cannot wait to get started.
It's on the TikTok shop for $20 if anyone is interested.
It's also on Amazon. I haven't bought anything from the TikTok shop. Don't plan to. Not for any particular reason, except for I do not need another place to spend my fucking money. Um,
I actually ran across the video of the creator of it. That was interesting.
that guy,
Yeah, the guy who made
yeah,
it. And like that was weeks ago that I saw that. But yeah, since it has been all over my my pages. So that's been
um,
interesting.
I was searching for journals on Amazon, and that's how I found it. And then
Okay.
after I ordered it, I saw the guy on TikTok talking about it, but I already had it. So, and it just
Yeah,
happened to be the
it's been
same one.
all over mine.
Yeah. So that's that. Um,
Although considering how triggered getting my hair cut has made me, um maybe getting it would be a good thing.
maybe. I mean, it couldn't hurt. Um, yeah, I did get mine on Amazon. I'm gonna see what I paid for it because I don't remember. Still showing Prime Day deals. Bastards. Uh, I paid $17.99. So apparently cheaper
Okay.
than the TikTok shop. But
Interesting.
um so yeah. And I don't really have anything exciting this weekend coming up, except I'm not working.
I don't have anything coming up this weekend.
Huh?
I don't have anything coming up this weekend. I'm working.
I am, after the last couple weeks where I've been running, like,
Mm-hmm.
because the week before and then last week with, having broke best friend and then taking the two kids to the zoo, and Roy went to the zoo.
That's awesome. I got
He
to see
went,
pictures. It looked very fun.
yeah, he did go with us. They had like a few photo opportunity things, and that was the fun that we had. Like, it was
Taking
a
the
beautiful
pictures.
day. It was a beautiful day, but like none of the animals that we wanted to see were, you could see them.
Yeah,
Like
that's a bummer.
my favorite at the zoo is the otters. I love them little fuckers, and
Cute.
they were nowhere to be seen. So that was a
Oh,
bummer. Um, saw an alligator, saw an owl, and
ooh,
that reminded me of you. Um,
thanks.
um, but yeah, other than that, like, so was reminded of Dan because there's a couple of peacocks walking around, and like I still, oh, don't want to show that. I have my peacock feathers right up there.
My peacock feather is up there.
Um, so yeah, I think this weekend I am just gonna,
Um, Although lately I have been having fun sending random videos to people. I believe you have been victim
I have, yeah.
of my sons. Um, but it's videos that I find funny, and I hope that the people who I send them to, it gives them a little laugh and makes their day a little better.
Yeah. Like, you sent me the one about the little girl, and I almost didn't watch the whole thing because I cannot stand watching a TikTok where someone is lip syncing and they're not getting it right, or they don't know the words.
Hmm.
Practice, review it before you post it. It's not a lot to ask. If that's it. But I did watch it, and it was funny. But I
Yeah.
almost didn't finish it because as soon as I see someone, I yeah, that's just petting my peeves.
I'm sorry.
That's
I don't know, me
not
too.
your fault. It wasn't,
If
you
it's ever
didn't
something
make,
like that where it seems weird at first, it's always like, wait for it, because there's something in there.
yeah. Well, and that's what it was. I looked down and seen Stitch, and I'm like, okay, there's going to be something else coming because I would have been bitching about the not knowing the words, but that's just me.
Okay,
Yeah.
shall we get to this week's topic?
Um, sure. It's not a very long one this week. Um, I mean, I'm sure as I'm going through, I can throw some personal experience in because this is about, and I think maybe we talked about it a little bit at the end, but I don't remember if it was while we were recording or after we stopped. I don't remember.
We
Look,
have
by the,
that problem a lot.
well, first of all, it's been a week since we
Yeah,
recorded,
true,
and
true.
I don't remember every little thing.
We got
Um,
a lot going on in our lives. We forget.
but I mean, not only that, by the time we get to recording, I've already been up 15 hours. Sometimes longer. So, um, but I wanted to go over like different cleansing methods, and who knows, maybe I've already done this. Um, maybe I have. I don't know.
And
Um,
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt. But the people who helped me with my hair yesterday, I did do a cleansing on their house because I had to. I can't divulge more of the story because I don't have permission to divulge. But yeah, needless to say, some things came about. We did do a trade of services, so I got my hair done and I did readings.
okay.
And so yeah, I ended up the only thing we had available was the singing bowl. So I used that.
Okay.
And I'll let
And that,
you.
yeah, because that does get brought, it is in my shit.
Yep.
And I wrote so nice and neat. I don't know if you can really see, but I wrote so nice and neat. I was like, is this my writing? This don't look like my writing.
That's awesome.
Spoiler alert, it's my writing. But like, wow.
Who knew?
Right. So of course you're gonna cleanse when nah, okay. I don't cleanse as often as I should. Like I don't um like sage use any of the stuff that I'm about to talk about nearly enough. And I know I have to when my husband says, babe, I think it's time you do that thing. Okay. So then I usually get out whatever it is. Um, but honestly, I did learn some stuff. And the one thing I learned, like, and I know there's a difference between like sage, like the, okay, get your shit together, Jill. Um, like sage is for this and Palo Santo's for this, but I didn't realize that you should use like the sage first
Oh,
and then
okay.
Palo Santo because the sage removes like negativity and the Palo Santo brings positivity back. So that's in
Oh,
here. So
okay.
you're gonna hear that again, and that's just too bad.
Very interesting. I will learn something as well then.
Because I figured one or the other.
Hmm. That's what I
Um,
always thought too. That's what I
and
always heard, and that's what I always saw.
and that's what I've always done.
Yeah.
So, um, so like lately I've been using just like the Palo Santo stick,
Mhm.
and which is fine, but maybe it's not getting rid of the negativity because sometimes my husband will say, "Are you sure you did it?" So I
Okay.
guess now it's 2 trips around the house because, which is not an easy feat because I have an upstairs
There.
and my son is the third shifter. So I can't do it when he's sleeping
Hmm.
because I'm not going to do just part of the house and then leave the other house part all willy
Yeah.
nilly.
Your son would
So
be
I
very
have,
upset with you if you did that.
yeah, so I have to make sure, yeah, because you've seen the upstairs and there's
Yeah.
it, there's activity.
Yep.
Um, and so now I know I'm gonna have to do 2 laps around the house, which is fine. Um, and then I will say this because I don't think it is anywhere else in my notes. Before or after, I also cleanse my husband, my son. If a grandkid is here, they get it too. Like I cleanse everybody,
Everyone.
and then when they're cleansed, usually I'll hand it to Roy, and then he'll go over me. So that is definitely something when you're cleansing your space, make sure you're also cleansing yourself.
Excellent reminder.
And it's honestly best if you're cleansing everybody in the home. And then, and it's something I will talk about later, like some people can't handle the smoke. So there's other ways. So I'm gonna get into the sage. And this section is from enchantedaromatics.com. White sage, and I did not know this, and you think I should, is a member of the mint family,
Oh, okay. I
right?
didn't realize that either.
I didn't know that either because that is like the furthest thing from mint.
And I have ways. Should I show examples of sage and like the Palo Santo and
I got you.
okay.
I got you. That's why I said I brought stuff for the people watching.
Yay.
So this is a typical sage stick. I love the smell of it. And then I also have a dragon's blood. I used to have more, but I either gave them away or used them because at one point I had probably 15 sticks. And I do
I
have
have
some that are,
I received one of those sticks and I think I'm down to like a nub.
yeah. And I do have some that are lit that I've used. I do know sage. Dragon's blood is more used for like love and happiness kind of thing when
Hmm.
when you're using it. I use that more in here in this room than I do around the house because you know. So these are the sage that I'm showing you, and obviously dragon's blood is different than sage, but it is something to cleanse with. Um, so the mint family includes over 900 species, which I didn't know that. Therefore, it comes in a variety of colors and sizes. I did not know that. I thought there was peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen. I realize those are all gum flavors too, but I really didn't think there was more, to be honest with you. So that was something I learned. The most popular sage is known as garden sage or common sage. For the purpose of magic, white sage is mainly used, and that only grows in Mojave and Son. Sorry, I had this all worked. I had this all worked out in my head earlier, and again, I've been awake for a long time today. So, Sonoran deserts in the Southwest United States. Um, Although it is not considered at this time, nearly half of the natural habitat has been lost to urban development. So it is kind of, so it's not endangered or, what's the word I'm looking for? Forgive me, because
Protected?
maybe.
That would make sense.
Yeah, we'll go with that because words are hard.
I know.
So although there are more properties, white sage has 5 main properties, which is purification, protection, meditation, granting wishes, which I did not know that. Okay. Sorry, it didn't seem like, okay, that's 4. And the 5th one is to alleviate sorrow after the death of a loved one.
That one I did not know.
I did not know that either. Um, so that's pretty much what I have for the sage portion. Um, and honestly, it's been a while since I went through the house with sage, so maybe that's something I'll do this weekend.
There you go.
The
I
next,
cannot use the sage upstairs because it messes with my father-in-law's COPD.
yeah, yep, and that's another reason why I want to go over this, because there are like some people live in apartments, or um, I know when we first moved in here, um, when we first moved here in this house, we were renting, and we have since purchased. But as long as we were renting, there was no smoking in the house, which was fine. We were already used to going outside because we didn't, our own choice, we didn't smoke in our last house, which, by the way, I know, off topic. Um, I have cut way back on my smoking. I've limited myself to 3 cigarettes a day.
I'm fantastic.
So yeah, I'm hoping by my anniversary, which is in August, to be cigarette free.
I think you'll do it. In fact, you know what? I'm not even gonna say I think. I know you'll do it.
You
I
know,
know you
I
will.
honestly, I think I'm gonna get there before,
Oh yeah.
and I'm
I
okay with
give it
that.
another week.
Yeah,
At the most a week. But I'd
yeah,
say maybe a couple of days.
yeah.
I think when you run out, you're not gonna get more.
No, I don't think so. In fact, I'm only taking a limited amount to work. And honestly, there's a group of us that before work, but we're all
Hmm.
trying to quit. So we'll all have like 1 cigarette and then vape the rest of the time. And then we all meet out after. So um, yeah. So hopefully I'll be. The next on my list is from incenseocean.com. And obviously that is incense, which I have that too. Um, I don't have a coil, an incense coil. I don't have that, but they do talk about those. But this is an incense cone. And I know everybody has seen these or used them. Um, when I was pregnant with my son, I craved the smell of musk, and I had musk incense. Now, it smells like soap. And of course,
Did
this
you
is,
really? I
yeah,
thought you were gonna hold it us up for us to smell.
no,
Um,
I hold it up to show. Um, and
that's
I took,
almost as good as you trying to catch my phone when it fell.
yeah, shut up. Yeah, before we started recording, Jenny's phone fell off its stand or whatever. She's got it propped. And my first reaction was to try to catch it, which guess what? Didn't work. But I tried.
So did I. However, it didn't work for either of us.
So with incense, the benefits of cleansing with incense, um, kind of to start with, like it says, start with the awesome calmness and aromatic beauty it gives to your environment, which not every incense smells good.
No,
I'll say
no,
that
I
right now.
agree.
So you like the scent that you're most comfortable with. If you're doing it to cleanse yourself or your space, you do not want to get creative and try something new.
Right.
Especially if you have one like me when I was pregnant with my son and I craved the scent of musk, and I can't remember, we went to some store and found musk incense, and I would go through that so fast. I don't know why. I craved, like, I I craved that and grape bubble gum. Don't judge me. But those were the two things that I really craved when I was pregnant with my son. Um, so you like the scent that you're most comfortable with. Popular ones are sage, dragon's blood, which when I do my jars and stuff, I use dragon's blood sage to cleanse out my jars and any ingredients going into the jars. Sandalwood and agar wood. And again, this is not the time to experiment with new. So I have I have one that I got from Christie's store, and every time I see it, I have to buy it. It's Moldavite incense.
I haven't gotten that yet.
The smell of it is phenomenal. I
Is
love
it?
oh God, I love the smell of it. It smells very, very good. So, and this goes for anything that you're using, like if you use the sage or the Palo Santo or whatever you're using with smoke, always open a window when cleansing. This allows an escape for the negativity. Your space and yourself will, page flip, uh, become too positive for it to stay, which makes sense. So, I have a hard time. Roy is not one to like open windows, so I have a hard time going. Okay, if you want me to sage, or whatever, I have to have an open window. Preferably two. Like I like to have one open upstairs
Mm-hmm.
and one downstairs. So then anything negative has a place to go. Move in a clockwise direction. And that's what I know every person you find on YouTube, TikTok, wherever will tell you different ways to do your cleansing. I find for me, I find it best to start at my front door and move into the clockwise motion. And like once I'm past my bedroom, then I go upstairs, move in a clockwise motion, come back down and continue that way and go all the way around till I'm back at my front door.
I choose the starting location and then I move in a clockwise rotation through the house to each room and also move clockwise within each room.
Yes.
So,
Yep. So everywhere you go, so like in here, if I started at my door, I would go around this way because this is clockwise and end up back at the door.
mhm.
And for me, I always make sure to run it over any windows, like my active closet over here. And this closet and the closet in my bedroom are very active down here.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know if I still have the pictures of the ones that I found in my closet. Because, I mean, mine was pretty active for quite a while there.
yeah, yeah, it was.
Um, and I remember at one point we had a Marilyn Monroe-like figure. We had one that looked like a Marlboro Man. And then we had the Peanut Gallery, varying between the devil, Jesus, and I forget who else we had up there.
Um, so again, moving the clockwise direction to fill your environment with whichever you're using. The, I wrote this because this was on the incense website that I was looking at, but it does go for all of it.
Okay.
And then of course, fill your mind with positivity while you're doing this. The most important step of cleansing, in my opinion, because if you are stressed over work or a friend or a family issue or just world shit in general, and that's what you're concerning yourself with while you're doing any of the cleansing, it's going to affect what you're doing.
Hmm.
So think positive thoughts, happy thoughts,
flip the switch and turn it off and
Yep.
turn it back on later.
And repeat this and this is something I have to tell myself. Now, this is what the website says. Start with 2 times a day.
Mm.
I guess if you're doing a small space or just cleansing yourself, that's doable. But if you got to do a whole house, and again, there's schedules that I'm
Yep,
sure
they
I'm
got
not the
working
only
on.
one. Like, I have a third shifter in the house. I'm a second shifter.
Same.
Um, so it does kind of. So start with 2 times a day, even if that's just cleansing yourself. And then go down to 1 time a day, then you can go down to 3 times a week, then 1 time a week, and so on. Me personally, I think 1 time a week for me, like that's what I should be doing my house, if not every week, every other.
That's what I was doing here for a while. Was it
Yeah,
once a week?
yeah. Now, if I was just doing one room, totally doable. But a
Mm-hmm.
whole house is a little different.
Yeah. I think I've done my room probably a good 100 times. Um, but upstairs I've only done maybe a handful of times, if that.
Yeah,
So yeah, because that's a lot harder for me to be able to do.
yeah, definitely. So now we're gonna move on to this info from the Organic Bunny, and this is just very quick. For Palo Santo, which most people know that means Hollywood. Okay, it's telling me my internet connection is unstable. I thought I was unstable, but whatever. Best known for its ability to add positivity to your space. And again, it's best to use sage first to remove negativity, then Palo Santo to add positivity. Best to think as sage clears out bad and Palo Santo brings back the good. Um, that's all I have for that. So, and this is kind of an abnormal piece. Most of them are just like thin, and I should have grabbed one of those, but did I? No. And I have so much. When the one store that I used to go to, when she stopped doing her retail portion, I bought a lot, and this is something, and I think that's why I use it. I like the smell of this more than sage.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same.
Um,
So it's not quite a small piece,
there you go.
but
That that's more than norm, and I mean that is quite a big chunk too.
it is. So like if you cut it in half, that's like the average size
Yeah,
that you would find.
yeah, definitely.
So
Um, excuse me. And the last section I have of this is from whitesageinteriors.com. And this is about cleansing and purifying your home of negative energy with sound. And you brought up using the singing bowls. Sound is an excellent way to cleanse and purify your home of negative energy. Um, I and I don't do this often, but like this, I don't know if see, I got this. Can you hear it?
not really. Oh, there we go.
Like I can't hear it because I got these big ass head sound canceling things on, but and like you can use something like this to go through and again clockwise motion. Um, I have that. I don't know if you've seen it when you were here, like that big string of witches bells
Yep.
on by my back door. Um, if you have like a little handheld bell, any kind of bell. Um, I know I had because I don't know, it was about 4 or 5 years ago now. Um, we had a lot of activity here, and I was like, I can't do this myself. Like, I need. So I had a lady and her husband came in and they did a cleansing on the home, and she had, like, they walked through together, because I find it hard to do a lot of this stuff with two hands.
Right.
And I don't know if I'm the only person, but I'm constantly having to relight my stuff.
Yep.
So I need two hands for that. I only have two hands. So it's very hard to carry something to catch the ashes in. And then ring a bell and then relight shit without spilling ashes all over the place. Like, it's straight up not a good time sometimes. Um,
I know exactly what you mean.
so like for me, I like to have my oldest grandson help, because he is very gifted, and he needs to like hone his gifts a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but I like to have him help me when I am going through and doing a cleansing. Um, because it's very hard to draw this stuff with two hands.
Hmm.
But when she came in, she had a candle, a white candle that she lit and put in the middle of each area she was in.
Okay.
And that she was telling them to, like, you can go to the light, and that's what they use. Um, and then she's ringing a bell and she's doing the sage, and she's, I think, I don't know, I think maybe she had everything all in one bundle. I don't know, but it worked. My house felt so much lighter when she was done. At that point, it had never felt that light.
Hmm.
Um, but she used, I think, sage and Palo Santo and the bells, and she had a candle, and I don't know what else she did, but it worked. And I wish she does some things, but she was in a very bad car accident a few years back, and she no
Mm.
longer does home cleansings, which is very
Oh,
sad, because I would have her back in a heartbeat. Like, she's
yeah.
amazing. She's amazing.
And it could be too that it's just you're too close to it to be able to clear it as well as it needs to be done.
Which that's very possible too. So um you can ring a bell of any sort, singing bowls, drums, you can clap your hands. Um and the sound, what it is the sound waves break up dense and negative energy, and cause the atmosphere and the space around you to kind of be harmonious. And that's actually not one I have personally tried. But after doing this research, I do want to try it. Like, I would like to go through with this little thing right here and try something.
Honestly, I think for your house though, I think you need something bigger, either a singing bowl or a larger bell, at least like a single bell like this size,
Yeah. Um,
because your house is so large.
yeah. And I have, well, I mean, if I guess if I'm walking all over, I don't think it would really matter. And I don't think the singing bowls would go over very well here, because I would be that asshole that when I got mad, I would come in here and do it just to be a dick.
The temptation is real, let me tell you.
No doubt. Um,
I do enjoy mine.
so, and this us, what?
Keep going. I'm gonna show my singing bowl. You didn't have one to show. Oh, my mallet fell again.
So you, this tells you you begin the sound clearing at your, at the front of the door, at the front door. Okay.
Do you strike the
And
side
you know, there,
with a mallet? What? Huh?
I was gonna say, I've have been tempted to get those, but again, I know I would be an asshole about it.
Oh, yeah. So you just
I
strike the
totally
side
would.
with the mallet and then bring it around and it creates the sound. So, yeah. In some cases, you can put water in them and that creates a different sound. They come in varying sizes, different frequencies for each size bowl and things like that. So some are very small, some are very large, and some are very freaking expensive.
Yes. Um, I it was, oh God, I don't even remember how long ago now. I want to say it was shortly after I moved in here. Um, I went to, it was like a spiritual retreat. It was a 1 day thing. And that was part of it. Everyone kind of laid down and there was a person in the center of everybody and she had multiple singing bowls.
Love
And
those.
that that was a crazy experience. Like it was just so eh, if you if to the listeners, if you ever have the opportunity to do something like that, do it. Like,
Yes, I highly recommend.
and it's like it was the whole day was amazing, and I really wish that lady would still offer that stuff. Um, it was like the whole day was awesome, but the singing bowls, it was a whole thing. So anyway, this the way it describes it, it's just actually the same way I do the sage or the Palo Santo. You start at your front door and go around your home room by room in a clockwise direction. As you are performing the space clearing, remember to hold a positive intention. So again, that means clearing your mind of any negativity, happy mind, peaceful mind, positive mind. Um, so once you have that happiness, peace, and calm, hold that in your mind and your heart as you are going through and doing your cleansing. Um,
I'll be right back.
okay. So at that point, you set your intention that any density and negativity will be transmuted into a positive, loving energy. Um, and you can also sound cleanse a singular room. Like honestly, for me, in here would be good because, like I said, the closet is very active. The closet in my bedroom is very active, and my kitchen is very active. So you could do just an individual room, and that would be the same to move in a clockwise circle in whatever room it is you want to cleanse. Um, and of course, sound travels, so I'm sure the rest of your space is going to get a little bit of it. Um, and there's a lot more on that website as far as using sound to cleanse your home. That's pretty much the gist of it. And hopefully, you will um, use one or more of these things to cleanse your home or yourself. Yeah, that's what I got. So let's just wait for Jenny. Oh, she's coming.
I'm back.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
so now when you do decide that you're gonna cleanse your home, if people come over, you can be like, you need to go smudge yourself.
yeah. And that is one of the reasons because the main door we come in and out of is the back door. And I do have the witch's bells back there, and that is there for a reason.
Hmm.
Um, so and I have looked, I'm looking for a specific bell. Um, I don't know what it is, but I know it when I'll see it.
Okay.
And I wish I had my mom's bell collection because she had the bell I because my mom collected many things over the years. Teacups and saucers. She had it was one of those shelves that you put together, and it was filled with antique cups and saucers. And my brothers were wrestling around one day and knocked the shelf over, and about 70% of her cups and saucers were broken.
Oh God, I bet she cried.
She cried, she was angry, she was pissed.
Oh, I bet.
I
I'm
think I
surprised they're
saw,
alive.
mm, I think I saw horns come out at one point. Um, and then from there, she went to her bell collection being on that shelf. Like, did she not learn anything? Um, and then she collected teapots, which they're not on the earring thing that I showed you, but I do have teapot earrings that
He,
I I got specifically. My mom's birthday would have been last week, and I wore those on her birthday for her.
adorable.
Um, so yeah, she collected those things, but she had a bell that, like, when I think of sound, like using a bell for sound, that is the bell I picture. And I wish with everything in me that I don't know what happened to the bell collection, to be honest with
Could
you.
you describe said bell?
It was a brass bell.
Okay. How big?
There was actually two of them. Both of them had like shorter bells. One had a longer handle, and the other one had a very short handle.
Okay. Was there anything on them?
No,
What kind of handle?
huh?
What kind of handle? Was it a long or was it a brass handle or was it a wooden handle?
Uh, they were all. It was all brass,
All brass. Okay.
and I've looked for an all brass bell. What?
That was weird.
What?
Um, you echoed, but not in your voice.
Oh, huh?
That was strange. If anybody else caught that, please let me know that I'm not insane. That was not your voice the second time.
Huh? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I have looked for a brass bell. I have not found one, but I keep looking. So, if anyone knows of, if you know, send me a link.
Hence why I asked you to describe said bell.
Um, yeah, I wish I could get my hands on those. I just do. So, yeah, that's what I got. And that took a little longer than I thought it would. But I think we also added our own experiences.
Like we always do.
Um, trying to think if there's anything else I need to add. I do know, like, in everything I've read, clockwise. Clockwise is important.
Yes.
And I would worry if you did it backwards, you'd be bringing shit in. I don't know, but ooh,
And that's the cue, folks.
that is something I've been holding it for like 30 minutes now,
Oh goodness. Okay. Yep. Definitely the cue.
probably longer. Trying to think. Anything coming up for you? No, you said
Nope.
you had
Nothing
nothing this
coming up for
weekend.
me. Nope.
Um, nope. I think after this though, I'm cleansing.
I probably will too.
Oh, and I want to give your mom a shout out because I did get busy last week between having broke best friend here and going to the zoo. It completely slipped my mind to, because normally I'm here by myself on a Sunday
Hmm.
morning and I can get it. Like I remember, oh, gotta do the upload the episode. Um, I can't remember. It had to be like 5:30, 6 o'clock my time. Jenny's like, hey, mom wants her episode. I'm like, shit. And then I'm like, I'm doing it right now. So I come in here, fire up the computer, and then I get a message from her mom. Hey, where's the episode? I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm doing it right now. So I gotta give your mom a shout out for like needing that episode.
She looks forward to it every week. And in fact, this past week, she told me the night before, almost time for her episode.
I love that. I really
Yep.
do. I love that. Um, and I will say I feel very, very bad because I got a message from Tammy. Oh, I don't
Okay.
remember now if it was Thursday or Friday, but she asked me if you've got nothing to do this weekend, I'm gonna be at the cabin in West Branch. And she invited Roy and I to go, but I already had plans with the littles, so I was like, oh. I was so bummed I couldn't do it, but I
That's
really,
fun.
really wanted to.
I have something I want to do, but I gotta plan it before I can do it, and so I'm not gonna mention it until I have it planned.
Are you coming for a visit?
No,
Fuck you.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Um, yeah, I gotta talk to the hubby and see what we're doing for my our not mine, our anniversary. Um, because if he wants to do something, I gotta hurry up and put in my vacation time because we're like 3 weeks away, maybe a little more. You know, with that, it's like with that finger, you could live here.
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's the qualifying requirements, is if you can easily flip the bird to one another. I
Yep.
love it.
In fact, when I got home, got my food going, and I'm trying to dig out the little ear clip things that I had and my phone because it's pouring. So I threw everything in my purse so I could just run in without getting a bunch of shit wet. So I'm digging through everything, and then my son's such a dick. Comes downstairs. That mine goes up, and I got one hand busy trying to dig in this shitty ass crossbody that I got. So he gives me the double middle finger, and Roy makes a comment. My son says, "At least we're doing it out of love, and we don't like hate each other." So I guess that's an upside.
Mhm.
So
It is. I love your guys' family dynamic.
it's great. We're crazy. We have fun.
Hmm.
We just have fun. And so he tells me, so I gotta talk to you guys. And I think that the two of them had this planned.
Oh boy, I bet you they did.
Um, I can't remember what my husband had said, but my son said this is it's gonna be pretty big. And
Oh,
so my son said, well, yeah, name's his friend. We'll call him Chucky because that's what Aubrey calls him, but he looks nothing like a Chucky. So he was, Roy said, Chucky's coming to spend the weekend. And he was like, no, he needs to move in. And I was like I flew up, stopped what I was doing, and they both just start laughing. Like that's not what it was, but he wanted to see. He was like, holy shit, you got some PTSD from that, don't you? And I'm like, no, no, mm-mm,
Chucky's not allowed to move in.
no, no. And nothing against him. Great kid. Well, not a kid anymore, but actually he's a teacher. Um, I just no, I had a very bad experience of someone coming to stay for 9 days that turned into like 8 months. Yeah, it did, no, no bueno, no, mm-mm, never again. A weekend, fine, fine. More than that, so I guess on that note, I hope everyone has a great week.
Hmm. And good weekend.
Yes, by the time this comes out, hope your weekend has been great. I think around here we're supposed to have some rain.
I think we're in for rain too, which, as much as I hate rain and getting wet,
We
we
need
need
it.
it.
Yeah, we do. Definitely, we do.
We just had a 400 plus acre wildfire this week.
Mm,
I actually posted about it on my Facebook. It was bad.
yeah, yeah, not good, not good
Yep.
at all. So yes, we do need the rain. Um, I prefer it rain during my work hours.
Same.
I mean, if I could order that, that would be fantastic.
I would be okay with that, on the grounds that it starts just a little bit later for you. Um, so yeah.
Ugh.
Nope, she's still yawning. All right, we're gonna let y'all go so Miss Jill can get some sleep.
All right. I hope everyone has a good week.
Bye.
Bye.